What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, the show from September 5th, 2020. And this will be your AEW All Out results for everything that happened on the show at Jacksonville, Florida, in Dudley's Place. Your commentators were at first at the buy-in, Excalibur and Tony Schiavone. Meanwhile, on the pay-per-view, it was good old JR Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur. And also, Taz was on commentary too, which pertains to this one match, which we'll get to. But I'm about to get to everything that happened on the show, starting off with the buy-in that took place. Now, for the other events that took place as well, I didn't get to watch it. I haven't even got a chance to watch it. It was just the red carpet, the countdown, and all that, which I heard was good. So I'm going to take a look at that, and maybe later in the date, uh, or chance to next time we'll do an all elite wrestling review. I'll talk more about that when if I can. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna start with the buy-in, but before I do, I just want to say I'm outside, and the reason why I wear under this mask is because I'm outside, and I always wear a mask where I go outside. So there you go. So what we're doing now is going to show you the logo of AEW All Out, where it pertains to talking about the buy-in. So here we go. And then I'll continue to put myself back on camera after this. So let's talk about what happened on the buy-in. The buy-in will feature a change, basically, which I talked about in my preview. A change pertains to having Britt Baker versus Big Swole, the tooth and nail match on the main card. And I'll talk more about that when we get to the placement of it on the show. But I'll get to that when I get to it. So the first match was from the buy-in, Joey Janela being accompanied by Sonny Kiss versus Serpentico being accompanied by Luther. A match that lasted 7 minutes and 35 seconds, which I thought was a decent match, with Luther getting involved, which got Sonny Kiss involved. In the end, Joey Janela gets the win over Serpentico, which I thought again was a decent match. I thought Joey Janela would be one of the contestants to be in the Battle Royale, but he wasn't. But someone else ends up being in it, but we'll get to him later. But nonetheless, it was a decent match. Then we get to another match on the buy-in, which it featured Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn versus the Dark Order of Alex Reynolds and John Silver. Oh no, Alexander is his full name, Alex Reynolds. But anyways, I think the match lasted 10 minutes and 25 seconds, which I thought was a decent match still here. Pertains to Private Party and the Dark Order. Obviously, in the end, it was Private Party getting the win over the Dark Order, which I knew that was going to come to play. So far, I've been on a roll here when it pertains to my predictions of who's going to win matches here, and I've been having some right outcomes lately. Even one outcome that I will get to more of that later when it's going to get real here, folks. So stay tuned for that one once we get to it. And as we're closing the buy-in, in comes good old JR Jim Ross as they count down to the pay-per-view itself, where it pertains to AEW All Out 2020. And before I do, folks, I just need to do this one thing. I got to do some business. Even though I'm not a big YouTuber, but it's something that I promised to do after I did the release of my 500 subscriber video of having 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel as the Natural Born Thriller. So if if you're new here and if you're watching me and experiencing how I do here on my YouTube channel, which is to me being the Natural Born Thriller, If you like what I say, if you like what I do here, hit the like button. If you don't, hit the dislike button. But either way, thank you for watching. Thank you for the views. Thank you for joining. Thank you for spending your time with me, or it is to come to my YouTube channel. And while you're on my YouTube channel of National Born Thriller, hit that subscribe button if you can. And and if you want more content, there you go. And make sure to hit that notification bell. If you want to catch up on any of my my latest videos in the future. So with that all out of the way, now let me review myself, and let's get to in the pay-per-view itself of All Elite Wrestling All Out 2020. Now, for those who should know, originally they were supposed to be in Chicago, Illinois, but due to the pandemic, what pertains to everything that's been shutting down lately, it's unfortunate that they couldn't do it in Chicago, which is why they've been doing the shows lately in Florida, and it's unfortunate. But the good news is we do got some crowds in there too. So, it pertains to the promotion of All Elite Wrestling on September 5th, 2020, in Delhi Place, Florida, in Delhi Place, in the city of Jacksonville, Florida, with the attendance of 700 to 75. I mean, to 700 to 750, meant to say. Excuse me, I read it wrong. And for good reason too, folks, because I'll get to more of that as well, because I mean, it's maybe the minority and everything. I mean, not minority. It's maybe because of what happened on the show itself. But I'll get to that. I don't know if there's a report of it out there. All I heard is some people feel different about the show because of this one incident that happened, which I'll get to. So, and once I get to that, it's gonna be it's gonna be nothing but real talk, folks. So, stay tuned for that. So, the opening show for All Out for 2020 was the tooth and nail match between Big Swole versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, being accompanied by Rebel, who's being preferred as Reba by Britt Baker. And the match lasted 10 minutes. So I was wondering, what's this tooth and nails match is, So also we go outside, some location in Florida, I'm assuming. I mean, where else it gonna go, you know? So Big Swole shows up with referee Mikey. Let's probably let me try to find his name here again. Oh, Mike Posey. Mike Posey. I know you heard that, folks, but sorry about that. Also, I want to say this too before I get to the show itself, which is the match. Why am I doing this outside? Why am I not doing it inside? Well, for one thing, there's could be a little noise going on at my place, and don't want any of that happening. And I try to find a good spot, for it to be less quiet and everything, right? And I did until someone passed by. I don't know what's going on with that situation, but anyways, but yeah, there you go. That's basically the gist of it. Now let's get to the show. So yeah, so Mike Posey was there with Big Swole as they arrived to this place that they had to have this match against with Big Swole versus Britt Baker, you know. So coming to the match, I'm thinking to myself, what is this match? What's this whole tooth and nails match is going to be? And we come to find out how this match ends up being. So let me first get to the full notes. So yeah, fasten your seatbelts, folks. This is gonna be a bumpy ride. So Big Swole shows up of a car, and is at Big Swole. I mean, Big Swole is at Britt Baker's dentist office to check in. Big Swole shows up. She come across Rebel, who's in the front desk, and she starts, screaming, realizing that Big Swole has arrived, and Big Swole takes out Rebel, and she's trying to look for Britt Baker, and Britt Baker is it's like it basically it's a cinematic match, was what it was. Not much of a match because there's no wrestling ring. It was just fighting in the in the dentist office, and the chance to everywhere they fought in, even outside. So this will comes with some fake uh, chattering mini tapes. Reminds me of the Joker from Batman from 1989. Jack Nicholson's Joker character from Mike Keaton's Batman. That one. Tim Burton's Batman. Except there was no blood. So, but Big Swole is looking for Britt Baker. Britt Baker is looking around like she's some kind of dentist killer. A killer, or sorry, a killer dentist. Let's say a killer dentist. That's basically it's like they're trying to do a horror movie in a way. So Britt Baker takes her dental degree and bashes Big Swole from behind. They start fighting. Rebel got involved, so this ends up being a 2-on-1 situation, and they start fighting outside. We had the role model wheelchair on there that Big Swole put Britt Baker in there and starts rolling her, and then we also see the Rolls Royce, the basically the go kart thing that Britt Baker has been using, since because of her injuries. So they start fighting on top. They start fighting on there, 2-on-1 situation. Big Swole at one point hits DT. Britt Baker hits a DT on Big Swole on there. I forgot to mention too, by the way, the referee rings the bell. We're saying to Big Swole saying to the referee, ring the bell, and the referee starts say, ring the bell. And I ask myself, who is he looking at to ring the bell? They're at this office now. Unless he was going to point at the camera and say, "Hey, camera, hey, timekeeper, ring the bell, like that." Instead, he just he goes off camera like this, and he pans away from the camera, like this, and goes, "Ring the bell," to someone. Like, come on, that was too goofy and stupid. But yeah, but basically, they start fighting back and forth. Trading blows back and forth at one another. Britt Baker at one point had a drill to try to drill in something onto Big Swole of what she's trying to do. And and Britt Baker has something else out. And by the way, Britt Baker was beating up on Big Swole with some shots. She's trash talking to her and everything, and then she says, "I'm a dentist." That got me cracking up a little bit, just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's what I meant to do. Not like this. But anyways, but Big Swole starts fighting back. At one point, so Britt Baker had a nail. A needle, not nail, a needle. That has Novocaine. I think that's the drug. Yeah, that's supposed to be the stick on Big Swole, but Big Swole counter it and sticks to the leg of Britt Baker instead. And also and a Rebel, she starts screaming now, "You stabbed her! You stabbed her!" I'm like, oh my god, this is so hokey, but it was good hokey though. So then, Big Swole gets another degree envelope or diploma, whatever it was, of Big Baker, and gets it to Reba, hold this, and then she goes for her dirty dancing, and then she goes for another dirty dancing to Britt Baker, and puts on the oxygen mask onto Britt Baker, and she immediately, goes to sleep because of that. And referee checks her, and the referee rings the bell, just the time to ring the bell. Again, unless you look at the camera, tell the timekeeper to ring the bell. That makes sense. But instead, he's like, ring the bell, ding, 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 and there you go. Big Swole winner. So far, I'm on the roll here with my predictions of who's going to win matches here. Big Swole won. And you know what? It was right outcome too, because I'm not a fan of Britt Baker, but I'll give Britt Baker her dues here. She entertained me here. This was not a wrestling match. It was just a brawl. That's what it was. It was basically a cinematic match, and I was fine with that. So kudos to Britt Baker, but Big Swole is the winner, and there you go. And that was it. So did I mention how long the match lasted? By the way, I think it was 10 minutes, right? Didn't last that long though. Yeah, it was 10. It's 10 minutes. Yeah, I remember it was 10 minutes. So people were upset that yeah, let me first talk more about the Tooth and Nail match that Big Swole and Britt Baker had. So people were upset that when we first announced it was gonna be on the buy-in, they're like, why would you put that in the buy-in? Yeah, that's the build that's been built up on TV and everything, blah blah blah. Why would you have that in the buy-in? Why that's not on the pay-per-view? And I was like, hey, I was fine with that because as long as I don't see Big Swole, I mean not Big Swole. I love to see Big Swole because Big Swole is pretty good. As long as I don't see Britt Baker, I'm good because she's still shit. So fans were complaining about that. So Tony Khan had, he caved in and he put it on the main card, but he has to put it on the opener of it, and not everyone was happy about that because not because some people thought it was a poor placement to put of opener because not all cinematic matches has ever opened matches on pay per view before until this came along. In fact, it in fact, one moment. Well, you can still hear the sirens, but anyway, it's not Scott Steiner. It's not Jordan Grace. Just saying. But back to this. So I wouldn't be fine this match was on Dynamite. You know, I wouldn't be fine this match would have been on Dynamite instead of the pay per view because based on how long this pay per view was too, and a lot of fans were complaining about, this show went too long. Fans were exhausted and all that, and it was hot. I heard it was about 97 degrees there. Um, I don't blame the fans for being upset with that. Where it tends to the show being too long and all that. So I suggested, why not have that match on Dynamite? You could have had that match later on. You could have had that cinematic match as a main event, um, for Dynamite. And everyone would have been happy. You know, I get it was a bit of few that they wanted to do it on a pay per view, but based on how people were not happy that this was an opener, instead of not having this match to be later on, like someone maybe to the as a co-main event, maybe that would have been accepted. But because they decided to have that as an opener, which I didn't mind, by the way, I didn't mind that being an opener because as long as I don't see Britt Baker on pay per view for that long, I was happy with the placement. So I was one of those minorities people that didn't mind that, but there's a few minorities that didn't like that it was an opener, and they thought and they thought it would well I thought to please people, maybe they should have had that on Dynamite instead of the pay per view. Yo, so but that's just me. But I'm pretty sure some people would be like, no, no, they want it on the pay per view. So that's not here say, but I digress. But moving on, who cares? At this point. But yeah, the point is, there are fans, later on, I'll get to more of that later. But and I want to talk about another match that should also never been on the card too, which I'll get to. Which they could have said that on Dynamite too. That's just me. Wait, one second. Okay, now we get to Matt and Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks, representing the Elite, the Elite, versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus being accompanied by Marco Stunt Grove of the Jurassic Express. A touch match that lasted 14 minutes and 50 seconds. Now, we're changed to this match. This match should have been the opener. If anyone wanted to say that they should have saved the tooth and nail match between Britt Baker and Big Swole for later, then this match should have been the opener because this match wasn't really built up that much anyways. So if anything should have been the opener, this tag team match should have been the opener, which this match was a fun, good tag team match. Despite the Young Bucks being you know um sort of main streaks and everything, and they did the poses, they did their entrance and all that. So it was not that there's still the old Young Bucks, but they also want to show how they also have a mean streak too, which I enjoy watching, and I'm glad we got that type of Young Bucks, uh you know, so either way we both win, so so represents to the to the fans and AEW maybe or Young Bucks maybe, who knows. But I don't know what we're saying from there. So I guess in a way I wasn't not making that much sense there. But I tried. That's what I do here. I try my absolute best to make sure everything I do is to is to bring logic. You know. But anyways, but yeah, the match was good. It was a lot of fun. Jungle Boy looked good in the match, by the way. Looked very good. Marco Stunt got involved, which I hated, but he has again a super kick, a nice, hard hitting super kick to the face, and I like good. I like kill him. Yeah, I hate him. I hate him. In the end, the Young Bucks won the match. Now, what does this mean? It just means that they won the tag team match, and on top of that, the Young Bucks, with the win the tag team match, it means they'll be ranking up, and once they're ranking up, once they see who Young Bucks have in mind to wrestle, once they start winning tag team matches, a lot more tag team matches for the AEW to get back into that spot to go to the AEW World Tag Team Champions. For that may be, which we'll get to. But yeah, but there you go. So Young Bucks are still babyfaces, by the way, folks. Just a little spoiler. Uh, or just happen later on. They're still babyfaces, and and I'm kind of glad they're still babyfaces based on how they are enjoying this this story is going to a whole new direction, which we'll get to once we get to that once we get to that AEW World Title match. You know. Now we get to the 21-man Casino Battle Royale, where the winner will receive a future AEW World Championship match. Match lasted 22 minutes and 15 seconds. Okay, here we go. So the first five that started the match, were the clubs, and it was Trent, Christopher Daniels, Jake Hager, The Blade, and Rey Fenix. Match began with those five as they start fighting, and then we get to then once every 2 minutes we get another participant into the match. Five more participants into the match, and the next one were the Diamonds, and they feature Frankie Kazarian, Will Hobbs, which I'm shocked that I was a little shocked that well not too shocked, but I guess nobody was surprised. I was surprised that they put him in the match, and I thought he did a good performance there. Yeah, Will Hobbs, especially what happened with this one thing that happened, which we'll get to. Uh, but there's other things too. But the one thing that caught my eye was Will Hobbs. So, but I'll get to that part. Chuck Taylor, Santana, and Ortiz, proud and powerful, representing the Inner Circle. Which, by the way, speaking of which, also representing the Inner Circle, Jake Hager, rock hard, Jake Hager. Uh, so yeah, so let me start, and then we get on another 2 minutes pass by, and we get the Hearts coming in. Five more coming in. Yeah, one of them as being Billy, Billy Gunn, which we can't call him by his last name because WWE, WWE. Penta L0M, which is Pentagon Junior. Yeah. The story about that is that Pentagon Junior, he wanted to change his name to Penta L0M, and that's he's been known by that before too, back in the days of Triple A. And ever since he came to America, we're since Lucha Underground, Impact Wrestling, AEW. Well, and also we're since to All In. When if back in 2018, he was called by Penta El Zero M. I don't know because it was copyright issues and all that, but Pentagon LM, but Penta LM is nice fitting for his name too. So I know some people still go call my Pentagon Junior, but I kind of like this name either way. Either Pentagon Junior or Penta Zero M. But I'm gonna start. I'm using that name. But he ends up being part of it. Ricky Starks, Brian Cage, and Darby Allin. And by the way, I'll get to actually I'll get to that later. Uh, right now I'm just gonna go to the entrance. The guys will enter. And as far as the Joker, I'll say the Joker one for in fact I'll announce all of them on who enter. Okay, so we get to this. Now we get to five more at the 2 minutes past. But we get the Spades coming in. One ends up being Sean Spears, except for one thing that Sean Spears didn't do, he didn't even enter the match. He was on commentary with I was gonna say Michael Cole. Nah, this is not WWE. Uh, Sean Spears ends up being on commentary with Excalibur, Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Taz. Actually, I don't remember if Tony Schiavone was there. I think he was. I'm assuming he was there. Let me double check. I can always double check to see. Okay, all four of them were there. Taz, yes, that's the one Taz was on commentary. By the way, that's the one that I forgot to bring up too. Taz ends up being on commentary for the Casino Battle Royale instead of being there at ringside for his guys like Jake Roberts did. Which is to Lance Archer. But yeah, so there you go. So yeah, and the Sean Spears ends up being a commentary too in a way, just for a little bit until the Joker came out. The one who drew the Joker. And basically, so yeah, Sean Spears came out like I said. Eddie Kingston, the Butcher, Sonny Kiss, which no one from the Asylum was happy about that. Me, I thought it was great. Yeah, I like Sonny Kiss. I like how he wrestles. Uh, not too crazy about how he carries himself, but that's his life. He's gay, so I got to respect that. And I know in the past that I shit all over Sonny Kiss when I first saw him, and I apologize for that, because that's not the type of person I am, anyways. To be saying that about Sonny Kiss, or to anyone else, especially that got two gay brothers, you know, and I got a brother who's bi, so, and a cousin who's gay, and I got a couple of gay friends too, so it's not fair for me to say that about Sonny Kiss, and for anyone else in wrestling that's gay or bisexual or transgender, like more chance to the Nata Rose. When I have friends like that, especially I got a friend who's transgender on Facebook, even though I never met him in person, but but yeah, but yeah, there you go. And then we get to Lance Archer. He starts, he gets in the ring by launching himself over the top and starts on going on top of everybody because everybody dies. And finally, we get to the Joker. Who ends up being the Joker? Basically, when they do this whole Joker thing, someone ends up being the special surprise, makes a special surprise appearance. Last year when they did it with the women's Casino Battle Royale, it was Mercedes Martinez, and that was great. But then we found out that Mercedes Martinez is not signed with AEW, and I said to myself, why would AEW pass on that? And we know why, because Mercedes Martinez wanted to be in WWE. That's a dream. And I just hope they just don't fuck or ruin her, which I know they would once she gets to the main roster. But then we get to earlier this year at Double or Nothing with the Casino Ladder match, where Brian Cage is being the special guest surprise appearance as the Joker. You know, you know, the Joker wild card. So who could be on in this one? Now I didn't think it was gonna be Jay Lethal. I didn't think it was gonna be Nick Aldis, but I was expecting someone that that obviously that I know, which I do know Jay Lethal, I do know Nick Aldis, pertains to who I know seeing on TV in the wrestling business. But basically basically what I'm saying. Who do I know is gonna make a shocking debut? And sure enough, it was Matt Sydal. And I'm like, wow, I was shocked. And then that's when Sean Spears was going to get in the ring, and then Matt Sydal takes him out, and I'll get back to Matt Sydal later. But yeah, but yeah, those were the entrances that happened. Now let's get to the ones. Let's get to a list of eliminations. Trent was eliminated by Lance Archer. Christopher Daniels was eliminated by Jake Hager. Jake Hager, if you believe it or not, folks, he was eliminated by Sonny Kiss. And I couldn't believe it. Not even the panels of the Asylum couldn't believe it when they saw that too. And I said in the live reaction, I said AEW just buried Jake Hager by having Sonny Kiss eliminate him or something like that. I can't remember how and they were like and they agree with me and like no, I was just kidding, I was joking. But when he first got eliminated, uh, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't, and then they wasted it because Sonny Kiss ended up eliminated after that. But I'll get to who eliminated him once I get to it. But but yeah, I couldn't believe Jake Hager got eliminated of all people by Sonny Kiss. But I just couldn't believe it. The Butcher, I mean not the Butcher, the Blade was eliminated by Will Hobbs. Ray Phoenix was eliminated by Darby Allin. Frankie Kazarian was eliminated by the Butcher. Will Hobbs was eliminated by Lance Archer. If it was going to eliminate Will Hobbs, it had to be either Brian Cage or Lance Archer, and they made a right call there. They protected and made Will Hobbs look strong in this match too, and he deserves it too because he's pretty good. He is pretty good for the things I saw him on AEW Dark. He is pretty good, and with him making his TV debut against Darby Allin, he looked good too in match on that just Dynamite on TNT. Chuck Taylor was eliminated by Santana and Ortiz of Power and Powerful. Santana eliminated by Trent. Ortiz eliminated by Lance Archer. And I'm assuming the feud is to continue on between your best friends and Proud and Powerful. Billy was eliminated by Brian Cage. So when Brian Cage got in there, Billy was thrown out immediately because Billy was there first because they were the Hearts. So as soon as Brian Cage got in that ring, Billy ended up getting eliminated really, really fast by Brian Cage. I'm like, wow. That was crazy. Penta LZM eliminated by Frankie Kazarian. Ricky Starks eliminated by Darby Allin. Brian Cage eliminated by Lance Archer. Darby Allin eliminated by Brian Cage. With Brian Cage having Darby Allin in a body bag with thumbtacks in there and power bombs him out of the ring. And I'm assuming Darby Allin got hurt because I saw referees attending to him and everything. A lot of referees attending to him and everything. And look at Darby Allin, he's knocked out. And I think I missed it, but I think one of the referees did this, one of the X's. So Darby Allin may have got hurt, and as long as it was a spot where they could have done it safely, I wouldn't been okay with it. But because it was on the stage. But after realizing what happened with Darby Allin there, was that even necessary? Was that even needed? So I don't know. But Darby Allin, he's one of those type of guys that he wants to he wants to be doing like that because he's all about getting hurt. But I think he may got hurt really, really serious in this one. So I hope he's okay. John Spears eliminated by Matt Sydal. Eddie Kingston eliminated by Lance Archer. The Butcher eliminated by Matt Sydal. Sonny Kiss eliminated by Brian Cage. Yeah, so as soon as that Sonny Kiss eliminated Jake Hager, that's when Brian Cage immediately got rid of Sonny Kiss. And I said to myself, so what was the point of that? You mean you told me you're gonna have Sonny Kiss eliminate Jake Hager, and then you got capitalize on that, and you have Brian Cage and I'm a dumb like oh my god, that was ridiculous. But Jake Hager ends up getting back on Sonny Kiss, but just boom, punching him. And but still, Jake Hager lost though. I thought he was gonna last longer in there, but he didn't. And then we get Matt Sydal eliminated by Eddie Kingston, which means in this match, Lance Archer wins. I'll get to how he won once I get to it. Trent LeMay 1 person, Chris Pedanic LeMay 0, J.K. LeMay 1, the Blaze, excuse me, LeMay 0, Ray Phoenix LeMay 0, Frankie Kazarian LeMay 1, Will Hobbs LeMay 1, Chuck Taylor LeMay 0, Santana and Ortiz 1 each, Billy 0 because he didn't get a chance because Brand Case got him out there immediately. Penta L0M LeMay 0, Frankie Ricky Starks, excuse me. Ricky Starks, 0 eliminations. Brian Cage, 3 eliminations. Darby Allin, 2 eliminations. Shawn Spears, 0 eliminations. Eddie Kingston, 1 elimination. The Butcher, 1 elimination. Sonny Kiss, 1 elimination. Lance Archer with 5. Count it. Lance Archer with 5 eliminations. And Matt Sydal with 2 eliminations. All right. Now I got all that out of the way. Now let's get to what happened with Matt Sydal. Matt Sydal, I was happy he was there. I was happy he made his appearance. And Matt Sydal's thing, he's he's got the third eye, right? The third eye thing, like he's doing back in Impact Wrestling. So yeah, I was happy that Matt Sydal shows up. That he was a surprise guest, in the match, and I hope he's there. By the way, that should mean that he's part of that, unless he's not part of that, and they just call him up just for that one appearance. But I think he should consider a sign with AEW because we need a lot we need someone like Matt Sydal with his talent to be in All Elite Wrestling. So Matt Sydal, I was happy that he made a debut in AEW, but and then all of a sudden his debut turned into a tragedy that should have never happened. Sorry about that, folks. It was too noise from the helicopter or airplane, where that was. But yeah, Matt Sydal, his debut turned into a tragedy debut that shouldn't have never happened because Matt Sydal went for his shooting star press, which I think they're calling it the air Sydal, because when he was Evan Bourne in WWE, they call it airborne, and I guess now they're calling it the air Sydal. And when Matt Sydal went for the air Sydal, which is the shooting star press, he always does that move. By the way, whenever he does that move, he always hits it very good and never messes it up until that night. And you can see how it looks too with the gifs, the replays of it. Matt Sydal, his leg slipped. He slipped, and he looked like he's about to break his neck, but luckily he saved himself by boom hitting the ropes and then falling down. And basically he's going to do to Will Hobbs. And Will Hobbs, when he knows what happened with Matt Sydal, when he wears he bossed it because he slipped. He went to check on him, like doing like this, cover him, and like good for Will Hobbs to do that because that was a scary sight there. Because Matt Sydal could have tragically tragically his career could have been over. It's something like that would have happened to him. But luckily he saved himself, and Will Hobbs was there to check him out to see if he's okay. But I was upset, man. I was so upset. I feel bad for Matt Sydal, poor Matt Sydal, because I started becoming a fan of his, especially back in the days of him in Ring of Honor, because I wasn't really that big on him, especially when he was in WWE as Evan Bourne. I mean, I liked him, but I wasn't a big fan of his. But then he started he started winning me over a little bit in Ring of Honor and then in Impact Wrestling. Now the whole thing with Josh Matthews, I can forgive. I want to go back to that thing again. One more, folks. So I feel bad for Matt Sydal. I feel bad for him. I'm a fan of Matt Sydal, and I feel bad that his debut ends up being what people are calling it, the Shockmaster debut. So disrespectful. Like show him some respect, man. Damn. I just he's slipped, man. Just look at he was okay. So as long as he's okay, that he's fine. And hope he gets some redemption back by coming back to to come back to AEW and be all elite in the AEW. Um, we had a stalemate between Will Hobbs and Lance Archer, I think it was, or it was Will Hobbs and Brian Cage. But also we also had a stalemate between Brian Cage and Lance Archer too as well. So yeah, there's a lot of good moments in this match here. Will Hobbs was very strong in this match, and rightfully so because Will Hobbs is pretty good. Like I said before, he's pretty good. And based on how he handled the whole thing with Matt Sydal, with everything that happened after that botch, yeah, he understands how the game works in pro wrestling. So I'm glad he's getting this push, and hopefully they'll push him to the moon. You know, because we need someone like Will Hobbs to get over in AEW. So, um, Lance Archer and A Kings was the last two in the ring, by the way. Now, I remember who else was the final four. I know I know that Brian Cage was one of them. Look, so it was actually Brian Cage and Will Hobbs were eliminated by both Lance Archer. So who was the final? Who was the final two? Oh yeah, Matt Sydal, Lance Archer, Eddie Kingston, and who else was it? I'm trying to remember who else it was. I believe it was the Butcher. Yeah, I think the Butcher was too. The Butcher, Matt Sydal, Eddie Kingston, and Lance Archer. I think those were the final four. I could be wrong, but let me double check here. All right, let me see here. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Um. So Jake Roberts was teasing to what's in the bag, right? Because Jake Roberts was out there with Lance Archer. He had the bag. So I'm assuming he's gonna pull out a snake, right? He didn't even do it. I mean, he did this before too. He teased had a bag, with a snake in there, like back in Double or Nothing. I mean, not only we saw, not only we didn't get to see the snake, but Mike Tyson chased away Jake Roberts, and then in this situation, he opened the bag and he tried to scare Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston wasn't scared. He's like, get that away from me. And no snake coming out. Like, what the hell? What's the point? What? I don't understand at all. I did not understand that logic at all. But in the end, Lance Archer ends up winning. He went for the the blackout to Eddie Kingston off the top rope, because he was on apron, onto the Butcher and the Blade, because the Blade came out there. So Lance Archer wins. Like I said already before, he wins the Battle Royale. And there was a lot of cool spots too in this match as well, but I could go all to it. But I enjoyed this match. It was pretty. I thought it was decent. Um, and the reason I'm not gonna say it's good because unfortunately with Matt Sydal botching, which was it happens. Even with WWE, they'll botch too. That rotates to moves. It was just terrible, man. But nevertheless, I thought it was a decent match. And Matt Archer was the right guy to win. And I was on the roll here with being right in my predictions. Now, Brian Cage was number one for me, and then it was Lance Archer, and then it was Great Darby Allin. Either way, I got a win here for when Lance Archer win this Battle Royal. So, which means he's going to get a shot of the AEW World Championship, whoever it may be, between Moxie and MJF, which we'll get to. All right, so what's next here? All right. All right, folks. Now it's time for real talk. So we get to this broken match. Well, the broken rules match, which is the last man standing match And the stipulation was if Matt Hardy lose this match, then he has to leave AEW. Match lasted 9 minutes, but it changed to Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara. So I thought the match was going to begin in the ring, but as it's starting at the football field, right? And Matt Hardy was there, and you have Aubrey Edwards, the referee of the show, of the match. And Matt Hardy is looking for Sammy Guevara, and Sammy Guevara shows up with the go kart, and he starts driving to Matt Hardy, only for Matt Hardy to get out of the way, and um and Sammy Guevara ends up crashing into some boxes, whatever. And I say to myself, Sammy Guevara, that's what I mean. What Matt Hardy did there, he did a smart thing there. Now he's running from you, but he also run this way. That way you can avoid getting hit with the go kart. Like oh man, like from back in Dynamite, and then hold it with double nothing. But mostly in Dynamite. But anyways, so the match began. They started hitting each other hard and everything, and they end up being on top of the scissor. I can't remember what they called it. Let me see if it says it here. The scissor lift. So and then they did the whole thing where they're fighting on the scissors lift, and there's tables, two tables set up there, and San Guevara goes for a spear or tackle whatever to Matt Hardy off of the scissors lift through a table, which Matt Hardy uh, crash crash um onto the tables, but then the back of his head, and I noticed it, the back of his head hit the concrete floor. I don't know it at first, and then but when that spot happened, I was like saying, I don't remember how I said. Oh yeah, he may be broken in half or something like that. I don't remember how I said it, but it was something to that degree. And then also some serious starts happen here because Matt Hardy looked like he wasn't moving, and and based on how I seen it, he had his eyes open. It was like he was almost responding because Aubrey Edwards trying to see if he's all right, and he's not responding. And Aubrey Edwards ends up pulling up the X, like, and I started wondering in my mind like, oh no, this is serious. Matt Hardy ends up moving a little bit after that. As I was watching, and Matt Hardy was trying to get back up, but he couldn't. He was stumbling. He kept falling. Sammy Guevara hop up a little bit, but he still fell down. And then and then he's being picked up again. He's trying to walk with Sammy Guevara to Weber to continue the match, and he couldn't keep his feet up. He flat on his ground. He kept falling down. RS didn't know what to do here. You know, she kept doing this, holding up the X and everything, and no one's showing up. Now, when since Dr. Sampson, he was at ringside, so I could understand him, showing up there afterwards because he has a shown up after Matt Hardy kept falling down. But I said, but where are the paramedics? Where the other? Where's someone backstage? Like, where are they? This is serious here. That's a serious situation that Matt Hardy is going through here. So Dr. Sampson told Aubrey Edwards that he can't continue. So Aubrey Edwards had the timekeeper to ring the bell. For because the timekeeper could see from the Aubrey Edwards signaling ring the bell. Match is over. So Sammy Guevara ends up winning by forfeit because Matt Hardy can't continue. So we thought. And this is where it gets real, folks. This is where it gets real. So Matt Hardy is being looked at, and Matt Hardy's like, he's going for Sammy Guevara. He's like, where Sammy and all that. All I was thinking in my mind is like, thank God this match is over. It's done. We can move on to something else, and have Matt Hardy get checked on because it was just a serious situation here. But then Matt Hardy goes after Sammy Guevara, and I see myself, what the hell's going on? and then the match ends up ending with very short and a short one. That's same as women. You ring the bell. You can't just restart the match. I don't care what Matt Hardy says. And Matt Hardy is not right in the head there. He might have a fractured skull. He might have internal bleeding. He had a concussion. He didn't know where he was at. So I did not agree to this. I did not like that they continued the match. And I'll get to a little bit more of that once I get through the rest of this. So it's not gonna take long. So it didn't last long. It ended immediately because they wanted Matt Hardy to win. Because the story here, the match, the end game of this match is that Matt Hardy has to win. Because Matt Hardy ain't gonna lose and leave AEW. But I have a different booking of it. So in case something like this happen, which accidents happen. It was obviously an accident with Matt Hardy. But I'll get to that once I get to the rest of this. So Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara coming up on top of the scaffold. Sammy Guevara was on top of it on the platform. Matt Hardy ends up meeting him up there, and then all of a sudden, Sammy Guevara pulls up. Now I'm trying to remember how it happened. By the way, I don't think they got all the way up to the top, but it was signed up where Sammy Guevara ends up falling off of the scaffold onto the platform with crash pads. You can see it was crash pads there. I just wish there was a crash pad from Matt Hardy's fall from backstage when he fell. When Sammy Guevara tackled him off of the scissors lift. But Sammy Guevara ends up not answering the 10 count, and Matt Hardy wins, and Matt Hardy immediately went to the hospital. After this, he immediately went to the hospital. All right, so now how I would have done this on this booking when something like this would happen, Matt Hardy, with him having on that concussion, obviously. What I would have done differently, instead of this match continuing, instead of having Matt Hardy continue in this match and allow Sammy Guevara to win this match, I would have had Matt Hardy lose the match, be gone for AEW, storyline, to be gone for AEW, and then have him return, whenever Jeff Hardy's contract is up with WWE, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be up pretty soon, and basically bring back Matt Hardy when he's getting ready in 2021, with Jeff Hardy come with him back to AEW, where you can do a whole storyline where Matt Hardy's not gone, he's back, he's back now, and everything. And he's out for revenge, and he's not coming alone with, to have revenge on Sammy Guevara. He's got his brother, Matt, Jeff Hardy, to make his AEW debut. That's how I would have done it. Had Matt Hardy be gone for AEW, because of what happened to him, and then you could have brought him back. That's all you could have done. Instead, what AEW did here, they put us fans in a situation that what you did here is that you did a reckless act, a careless act, a professional act, and a stupid act by even having Matt Hardy continuing. And yes, Matt Hardy is a wrestler. Matt Hardy is a warrior. Matt Hardy, is that type of wrestler where he wants to finish the match. But in this type of situation, you can't be doing that shit. Especially with a concussion, you don't fuck around with that shit. And they try to say that Dr. Sampson said that Matt Hardy is clear. And don't give me that. Don't you dare give me that. This is the same Dr. Sampson who saved Jerry King Lawler's life back in 2012 when Jerry Lawler had that heart attack live on Raw after his match that he had with Randy Orton first and him versus Dolph Ziggler and CM Punk. So I want to hear this bullshit from AEW, and AEW should know better of this, to spit that bullshit that Dr. Sampson says that he's good to go. No, bullshit. Again, Dr. Sampson is the same doctor who saved Jordan King Lawler's life after that heart attack he had live on Raw back in 2012. So I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear that. And what they and what AEW put their fans in position in the way it's that same feeling that we all felt when Jordan King Lawler had that heart attack, and we're waiting for updates to hear about it. And the worst thing we could hear is that he died, which one he did die, but Samson saved his life. Thank God. Thank God that Jordan King Lawler is still here with us, because I love Jordan King Lawler, one of my favorites of all time, as a wrestler, as a commentator, and as a personnel in pro wrestling. He's a legend. This the vibe that I got at the same I'll have with Matt Hardy, and also with Jordan King Lawler too, is the same vibe that I had what happened to Owen Hart 21 years ago. And I don't want to have that feeling anymore, folks. I don't want to ever have that feeling, especially when it's to professional wrestling. And it took me away from the show a little bit. It took it I felt uncomfortable after that, because again, now it may not be it may not be compared to the same situation what happened with Owen Hart, because with Owen Hart, he died because of a stupid stunt that should have never happened. Jerry Lawler had a heart attack, after his match, and while he's doing live commentary with Michael Cole. Matt Hardy, he may have whatever it could be besides a concussion, he may have an internal bleeding. He may have a fractured skull because of that. While he had this match against Guevara, which a spot there that it should have been prevented. But here's the thing too, they done this before. I heard reports they done this twice already. I'm assuming when they was practicing this and rehearsing this, there was crash pads, in case something bad will happen. But in this situation, Matt Hardy was not lucky on the third one, because he ends up getting hurt, and they should have stopped the match. They should have stopped the match from there. The match should have never continued. It should have never continued, and I fought AEW for this. And a lot of fans tuned away from the show because of that. I heard a lot of fans tune away from the show. A lot of fans maybe watching at home tune away from the show, and I'm pretty sure a lot of fans there in attendance tune away too, because they felt uncomfortable, and they felt this feeling in them that that after that after having my Hardy, they did not enjoy the show, and did not enjoy and they did not approve AW's decision to continue the match, knowing that Matt Hardy got the concussion. And they got Tony Khan, you know, tell another story a bit about this whole thing. What the AW needs to do is apologize for what happened there, because Rebby Hardy, the wife of Matt Hardy, is not happy about this. She is not happy about what happened with Matt Hardy, and I don't blame her, and I don't blame anybody else that feels this way. I don't blame JD from New York. I don't blame Alex from Alex's World. I don't blame Jason Salmon for Salmon's and Sounds Off. Excuse me, I sneezed. And I got a little loogie on this mask. And by the way, this is an all heart face mask, by the way. I gotta clean this up. I should brought tissue with me. Oh man. I I'll take care of it once I'm done with this. In fact, let me take my support camera. I gotta take care of this. But yeah, folks, AW, this I didn't expect this from AW. I expect this from WWE for to do this type of shit. But then again, you also gotta look at WWE as well in the past. What don't you have with Daniel Bryan? When Daniel Bryan had the match with Randy Orton on Raw, and Triple H made the call to stop the match because Daniel Bryan looked like he wasn't feeling right, because he I guess the nerves, whatever, he was on his arm. I'm trying to remember which arm it was, but Daniel Bryan was not feeling right after that. When matching with Randy Orton, and Daniel Bryan got mad because of that. Which in a way, I'm not blaming Daniel Bryan for being mad in the match.
for the match being over and everything. But at the same time, Triple H should look out for his safety because with those type of injuries, Danny Bryan could have been seriously uh um been his career could have seriously been over. And I felt that way right now with Matt Hardy. They should have never continued the match, folks. They should have stopped the match. They should have never had Matt Hardy continue the match. I don't care what Matt Hardy said. If he was good to go, if he's fine, I don't care. At the end of the day, you got to think about the safety of your wrestlers. You can't be doing that type of shit. Otherwise, you're gonna look bad. And on top of that, you made Dr. Sampson look bad because this is the same Dr. Sampson who saved Jerry Kinlaw's life by 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 putting that on him. You're saying that you're saying that you're gonna be you're gonna have a lot of people saying that he's an incompetent doctor because AEW, because it's not basically you're saying that it's not in his hands to make this decision. It is his decision because if they can't compete and if they can't continue because of a situation like this, then he has to step in and say he can't do it. You got to end the match. Dr. Sampson knows best. He knows what he's doing. Again, reminder, he saved Jerry King Lawler's life. If it wasn't for Dr. Sampson, Jerry King Lawler would not be here with us. So I want to hear everything about Dr. Sampson. I wanted Matt Hardy to continue saying that because Matt Hardy said I'm fine, I'm good, and then he cleared him. No, I don't believe that. I don't buy that at all. I do not buy that at all. AW needs to learn from this mistake. Hopefully they do. But this really turned off a lot of people of the vibe, of enjoying the show. And on top of that, for the show, where it was hot as hell, 97 degrees, and the show went long. The show went way too long, folks. I felt that. I don't blame those people that felt that way. Now, because obviously those matches that shouldn't have been on there anyways, and they go save for Dynamite. So it's just unfortunate, folks. It's unfortunate that AW did this, and and some people will say, you always get on WWE's case and everything. Well, guess what? I'm also on AEW's case too. What AEW just did there, that was uncalled for. That was unprofessional, and they need to know better. They need to learn from that mistake. If someone like this ever happens to any wrestler and they want to do thing ever again, don't continue the match. Let Dr. Sampson step in and tell the referees, they can't continue. End the match. Otherwise, you're gonna look bad again. It's gonna make you look bad again in the future. I do not want an incident like this happen again. Like what happened with one of my favorite wrestlers who's no longer here with us, in Owen Hart. And it's a shame too because what happened with Matt Hardy too. I feel bad. In a way, yes, I do feel bad for Matt Hardy. I feel so bad for Matt Hardy. What happened to him? Matt Hardy, you know, where I got into Matt Hardy in the tag team of the Hardy Boys, but when he was solo, I didn't I didn't really get behind that much. I mean, he was entertaining. He's a good wrestler, but I still couldn't find the feeling to get to give a fuck, especially when he was in TNA for everything that he was doing as well. And then at this whole broken my heart thing, he turned things around for me. And my best friend, said to me, he always says to me, "You hate Matt Hardy and everything, blah blah blah." Like I know, it's crazy. But what he's doing, he's changing my mind here. Because it's always been about Jeff Hardy, Jeff Hardy this, Jeff Hardy that, never about Matt Hardy. So and I talked about this before too, by the way. So yeah, I started finding and on top of that, Matt Hardy being a fuck up too, and all. It's one of the reasons why I stop caring about him. But then he did start turning his life around too. Rebby Hart was the same thing too. She also turned her life around. Basically, they both worked things out, which is why they're doing what they are doing. So I'm glad Matt Hardy's okay. I'm glad Matt Hardy isn't dead because I was worried about the worst thing that could happen to Matt Hardy on this pay-per-view. Not happy died. What AEW would have done what WWE did after what happened in Owen Hart. Would they have continued the show? Hard to say. But in a way, I'm kind of glad Matt Hardy's not dead because Matt Hardy is limit of the gimmick that also is for real. Matt Hardy will not die. Matt Hardy can't die. Matt Hardy never dies. So hopefully he's doing okay. He's still, what I'm hearing so far, he's still in the hospital, hospitalized, and hopefully he's doing better. But yeah, Matt Hardy got the win, but Matt Hardy's not gonna be on TV. Matt Hardy's gonna be gone for I don't know how long. We don't know how he's gonna be gone, but he's gonna be gone for a little bit, and we'll see how he could come back from this. But AEW, uh, my overall rating for the show at first on while I was doing on the show with the rest of the Asylum of the live reaction, I give it a 10 out of 10. I give it a 10 out of 10. But yeah, I give it a 10 out of 10. But based on what happened on everything um on the show and look at other people's different standpoint of it, I gotta I gotta lower I had to lower it down, especially after what happened with Matt Hardy. So, but I'll review that later on. Let's get to uh the AEW Women's World Championship. That's a 60 minutes and 57 seconds with the champion Hikaru Shida versus the NWA Women's World Champion Thunder Rosa. And this match was great. Now it wasn't the greatest match ever that I've ever seen in women's wrestling, but it was definitely a great match, and I loved it. Back and forth, but most likely Thunder Rosa was getting the better hand in this match because Thunder Rosa, she is legit, and she is professional women's wrestler. She is the best in the world, and she proved it against Hikaru Shida, but didn't get the job done because we all knew Hikaru Shida was going to win and retain. But how shocking and a swerve in a moment here it would have been if Thunder Rosa would have won. But it didn't happen. And Thunder Rosa was basically she knew everything that Hikaru Shida was going to do to her before Hikaru Shida can make that move. And that's what I love about this match. It was back, like I said, back and forth and everything. A lot of kickouts. Oh man, it was just a good match. And in the end, it was Hikaru Shida getting the win. And I also hear reports. I'm hearing reports in the way that NWA is gonna be come back. It's gonna be coming back pretty soon. I don't know when, but they'll be coming back. So what's this mean for Wade Barrett then? Because Wade Barrett, Stu Bennett, because he's in NXT as a commentator. Since there's no more Mauro Ranallo, you have Big Joseph there now. Big Phoenix doesn't want to go there. She I don't know how she contributes. Unless they do the whole thing where she's commentary at a studio or wherever, I don't know. But well, we'll see. We'll see how what NWA. Let's see if they are coming back. Okay, I'm hearing something about them coming back. I don't know. But we'll see. Which is why I think. Which is why I noticed that Thunder Rosa won. I mean, that Thunder Rosa lost here because I thought she was gonna win. In my mind, I thought she was gonna win. But I went for my safe pick here. I went for Hikaru Shida for a win. By the way, speaking of wins, I talked about before. What chance to be on the roll of my predictions being right about who's gonna win matches here. But one of them, unfortunately, with Matt Hardy, he isn't winning. But I would have been fine if he didn't win because after what happened with him. Because after what happened with Matt Hardy, I didn't care about my predictions wins record having a streak because at the end of the day it was all about the well-being of Matt Hardy. So if he would have lost, I wouldn't care about that streak of me being right about who's gonna win matches. But Thunder Rosa losing here. I won my safe pick here for Hikaru Shida for the win, and I was on the roll here of my picks for who's gonna win matches for my predictions until we get to this next match. Because this match should have been saved. I believe this match should have been saved on Dynamite. Now this match itself was good. It was still good, but this match should have been saved on Dynamite. This week's coming down on Wednesday. Like the tooth and nail match. They could have saved that one also on Dynamite this week for the main event, and they could maybe have this as an opener, which is the which I'm gonna get to the. By the way, did I mention? Oh yeah, I did. I already did that. How long it was? Oh no, the women's time match. But this match, the 8-man tag team match, 15 minutes and 10 seconds will be changed to Matt Cardona, Scorpio Sky, and the Natural Nightmares of Dustin Rose, QT Marshall, being accompanied by Ali and Brandy Rose. When I saw Brandy Rose out there, I'm like, oh my god, why is she there? Until I found out why she was there, but I'll get to it. Versus the Dark Order, which is Mr. Brody Lee, the Exalted One, and the AEW TNT champion, along with Coke Boom Boom Cabana, Evil Uno, and Stu Grayson, being accompanied by Anna Jay, the Queen Slayer, and I think her name is 99. Which is on the numbers of the Dark Order. I think that's what it is. I've been hearing from Jason Solomon from Solomon Sounds Off that she's called 99. Unless I missed it, or just to when they first announced that Anna Jay is part of the Dark Order and she's going to be called the Queen Slayer instead of becoming the star of the show. I don't know. I guess I must have missed that part too, where it to her being called 99. I don't know, but to me, she's Anna Jay. So, but anyways, this match, this is a fun match though. It was good. It was a good fun match, just like what I felt about what Jurassic Express versus Young Bucks. But for a lot of people that were saying that this should have been on Dynamite, I agree. This should have been on Dynamite because at this point, this is where I feel like the show went way too long. But there was some good moments in the match here. Brandy Rose and Anna Jay when they got in the ring. Basically, Anna Jay went in the ring to try to stop Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky blocked it. Or for Brandy Rose to get in the ring, and that's a nice pump kick by the way. For every time I crap on Brandy Rose's wrestling, that was good. And Jim Ross may have said some comments about Anna Jay, which was I guess in a way fans were upset because Jim Ross was putting over Anna Jay. I can't remember how he said it though, but fans were on the uproar for that. Like, really, people? And Jim Ross may have said something about and Jay may have some type of world malfunction after that too. I didn't notice it, but hopefully there was no world malfunction. But if there was, I want to see one because Anna Jay, who would not want to see Anna Jay, behind those that outfit that she wore. So I guess you go I guess gonna have people go after me now because like with Jim Ross said something about Anna Jay up her looks and everything. I guess people go after me for that too, right? But guess what? I'm not a big name, so of course people go after Jim Ross because Jim Ross is a big name, and for a reason you want to go after Jim Ross. I don't get because he's an old man and just as a a young woman. Get over yourself. Jim Ross was making a light comment. I think that's what it was. Like a light comment that he said, and people he basically told people to lighten up. Like, seriously, lighten up. But yeah, the match itself I thought was decent. I mean I thought it was good. I meant to say good and fun. Um, in the end, Colt Cabana screwed up for his team because Brody Lee hit his finisher on Dustin Rose, right? The discus lariat. But Colt Cabana wanted to do a moonsault, and and Brody Lee's like, no, don't do the moonsault, just pin him. And then Colt Cabana went to do the moonsault, only for Dustin Rose to get out of the way, and Dustin Rose rolls up Colt Cabana and gets the win. So the Dark Order loses. And at this point, I was like, Colt Cabana, you dumbass. I was basically saying, Colt dumb Cabana. Instead of a Colt boom boom Cabana, it was Colt dumb Cabana. You dummy. You idiot. You lost to the Dark Order. All you had to do was just pin him. That was Brody Lee's finishing move, the disc lariat. All you had to do was just pin him. And the Dark Order could have won. And I could have kept my streak going. I was on a hot streak here of my picks here of who's gonna win matches, and Coco Banner fucking ruined it. He ruined it. And at this point, I was like, Dark Order beat his ass up. Bro, he was all pissed off that Coco Banner yelling at her and everything. It's like, let's get out of here. Let's leave this loser and everything. And then Evil Uno extended his hand out, to pick up Coco Banner and like, okay, what? So we're not gonna beat him up. And on top of that, no Eric Redbeard. Like again, what was the point of having what was the point of even doing all that on the pay-per-view when nothing even happened? They didn't turn on Coco Banner. They didn't beat up on Coco Banner. To me, this left me in the confusion of what they're gonna, let's say, they're gonna build up to kick Coco Banner out of Dark Order now. Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing now? First we're building up Coco Banner being used to and being comfortable during the Dark Order, and now you're going to do this whole build up to slowly kick him out of the Dark Order now. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, folks. I got mentioned something. It happened after the women's match, the women's championship match. Let me pull it up. Just give me one moment. Okay. Now I gotta look for it. It shouldn't take long. And here we go. All right, so here we go, folks. It happened after the women's championship match. So Kip Sabian and FW4, they announced that their game, they're engaged. And I said, so wait a minute, we knew this months ago, right? That's not news to us. And then they announced that they're gonna have a wedding live on the episode of Dynamite. And I said, so what? Are you kidding me? Come on. One moment, folks. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. Noise background, from the airplane or helicopter, wherever that was. I don't know. I don't care. But anyways, but I'm saying to myself, wait a minute, a wedding segment for AEW? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't want to see that. It's bad enough that WWE does this bullshit and never pass out well. And with Impact Wrestling, we're doing this too as well, which I'm not used to that either. And guess what? Oh, by the way, I'm gonna get to that once I get to that Impact Wrestling review. So check that one, folks. We're pertains to that. But I gotta get to something else Impact Wrestling first. So, but basically, we're just to emergence. But again, I'll get to those, and you'll see that during the week. Hopefully I'll get that done before before Impact Wrestling this coming Tuesday. But anyways, so yeah, Kip Sabian and before I'm gonna have a wedding segment on AEW Dynamite. Now they haven't announced when they're gonna do it. It's not gonna be this week, because this week they're gonna do something where Kip Sabian is gonna he wants everyone to tune in for everyone to see who's gonna be his best man for the wedding. I said to myself, who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck. And or because this whole wedding thing that they're doing, like, what the fuck, man? I'm pretty sure this is Tony Khan's idea. And I say to myself, what's this obsession with wrestlers? With wrestling promotion, meant to say wrestling promotion. One more, folks. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. So as I was saying, we're just pro wrestling, doing this, these wedding segments, and like, what's pro wrestling success? Pro wrestling. Pause there, folks. I had to get the gum out of my mouth so I could talk. I could talk right. So I'm saying to myself, what's pro wrestling's obsession? What's pro wrestling's obsession with wedding segments. What is, I don't get it. WWE does this all the time. Impact Wrestling does this rarely, and I'll get to more of that when I do the Impact Wrestling review from last one. What happened last week. And now AEW is doing the same thing. Like, why? Why do we need a wedding segment on AEW? We don't need that. We don't care for that. In fact, who does care about that? What AEW fans will even care about about a wedding segment in AEW, especially on why? Why can't they just have a private wedding or something? But in the end of this promo, Kip Sabian had a sign that says to follow him on Twitch TV because he's got a Twitch channel, and it's been approved by AEW. Because at the WWE's it's a long story, folks, but we'll when we test to Mr. Ricky J21's YouTube channel, on the next episode of the Asylum, if that's gonna be a topic where we test to Vince McMahon about what he's doing. It's ridiculous, folks. But we'll get to that when we do the next sound show on Mr. Ricky J21's YouTube channel, which is led by Mr. Ricky J21, who is the leader and founder of the Asylum. So that will come later. We just don't know when. Whenever everyone's available, we'll do it this week coming up. But that will be a topic to talk about when we get to that whole thing, and I will bring that up again. We're getting to the whole thing with Kip Sabian. But yeah, but basically it was a dig at WWE because WWE is once again with the 75-year-old senile man out of touch. It's once again doing something stupid. So then get Tony Schiavone interviewing Dustin Rhodes after Dustin Rhodes got the win for his team, and he was like kind of a very good passionate promo. He's excited and everything. He's like he did it for Cody Rhodes and everything because of what the Dark Order did by trying to destroy the family of the Nightmare family, and then all of a sudden Tony Schiavone says that Dustin Rhodes is going to get a title shot against Mr. Brody Lee for the TNT Championship on Dynamite, which that's probably going to be the main event. But again, folks, I wish they could just done a match, the Dynamite match. I mean, the 8-man tag team match on Dynamite this week, so that Dustin Rhodes can win that match, for the beginning of the show, and then they could do the interview later on with Dustin Rhodes kind of promo, and be interviewed by Tony Schiavone or maybe QT Marshall, with Dustin Rhodes, doing this passionate promo that he did on this pay per view, and then Tony Schiavone could tell him that you could get a shot. I mean, you're going to get the next shot for the AEW TNT title against Mr. Brody Lee on the next Dynamite show. They should have done that. Instead just wasting it on pay per view because the pay per view went too long because because this is one and that shouldn't even been on the show. But this Rose always he's like, man, I haven't got a shot of goal for a long time. I guess in a way, another dig at WWE, by the way, because WWE never gave him that opportunity either. Especially when he went back to being the old school Goldust. But yeah, there you go. I'm assuming there's. Oh yeah, no, there's no interview yet. That's not till later. From just Chris Jericho. Can't remember where it was the interview, but it's not there. But once I get to Jericho's match, I'll get to that. I'll get to what he said. Because next we get to um um oh yeah, the AEW World Tag Team Championship. That's 29 minutes and 40 seconds, basically 30 minutes. It was FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood being accompanied by Tully Blanchard versus the AEW World Tag Team Champions Kenny Omega and the Hangman Adam Page. So this match was good. This match was up there with or should I say under there with. Okay, yeah, I'll say it right up there with the AEW women's world championship match. So if anything came out second best a match on the show, it was this match. And yes, it may went too long, and it wasn't. And I thought this match was gonna be like it's gonna be better than the match, or at least close, being better than the Hangman and Omega versus the Young Bucks from Revolution. But what? It didn't come close to it. But it's still been pretty good. FTR doing their usual tactics as an old school tag team. Meanwhile, they'll work on the leg of Ken Omega, and also working on the Hangman and the Page at one point too as well. Because that FTR, man, they're geniuses. They are geniuses in tag team wrestling, especially how they do it too. But they made some out, Ken Omega and the Hangman and the Page were making some comeback and everything, you know. But then in the end, FTR went for their spike power jabber move they do. I can't remember how they call it now. I can't remember how they call it by now. Oh yeah, the Mind Breakers. That's what they call it, the Mind Breakers. They did the Hangman and Page, but he kicked out. I said, so oh come on, no, you can't be doing that. But at the same time, I didn't care because the Hangman is showing compassion here. He does not want to let go of the tag belts. And then they did it again and took out Omega again. Omega tried to get back in to break it up, but it was too late. I guess lightning code struck twice for the Hangman and the Page, and your winners and new AEW World Tag Team Champions, FTR, the one of the most one of the most prestigious tag team championship titles in pro wrestling right now, besides Impact Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, All Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor, NWA, fuck WWE, and I guess in a way you go to say the NXT and NXT UK are also prestige too as well, because the main rosters tag team belts don't mean shit anyways. So good for FTR for winning. Good for FTR. Uh, you know because you gotta say yeah, and that's how they go hard all day on that. Maybe my camera, folks. I apologize. Uh, I didn't realize that. I want to show myself here. Uh, so yeah, there you go. So what's it gonna lead to? So K Mega gets in the ring. He had some kind of table, small table thing that they could fold. To, and also FTR was drinking beer before K Mega got back in there. So FTR had beers and they're drinking everything, right? And they put down next to the Hangman. And then K Mega was in the ring, with the folded table. I guess that's what it was. I guess he was chasing away FTR, but FTR didn't really do anything. And FTR wasn't really running away that much anyway. So he was teasing. Oh, maybe he's going to on the Hangman, and he puts on the table, and the Hangman gets back up, and for once, the Hangman did not pick up the beer. He didn't even try to drink it. He tried to get up and try to get to Omega, only for him to collapse onto Omega's feet, because Omega then try catching him. And I said to myself, oh wow. And then also, at the same time, also, I was like, wait a minute, the commentators, what the hell? They're like, they blew the spot here. They could talk about something else, and they're like, and then one of them realized it. Like, what the hell? Like, they should have been reacted to this. If Mauro Ronaldo was on commentary, he would have reacted to that. Instead of talk about something else that they were talking about. I don't remember what they were talking about. Maybe about FTR, when the type belts or whatever. I don't know. But I'm like, what the hell? How that really annoyed me there. That it's about it's about getting into the story here, and they blew it. They kind of blew it there. So I think Excalibur may have picked it up after that. I'm like, wow. So Omega leaves, and he's leaving. The Hangman there, and he has enough. He basically had enough. And then you see the Young Bucks backstage. It's like, what are you doing, Kenny, and everything, right? And I see some women, so the Young Bucks are not turning heel now. Young Bucks are thinking different. I think the story here is that the Young Bucks is going stay as baby faces, and now they're second guessing themselves. Maybe Hangman is not the problem. Maybe Kenny Omega is the problem. Because Kenny Omega didn't want to help the Hangman at the match because they lost the tag belts. And Omega's like, he's sick of this. He's sick and tired of this. We're the top guys and everything. We're the stars and everything. You know, yeah, so you guys come with me. And he told the driver, get in the driver and let's get the leave. Yeah, either you come with me or leave or I'm leaving. And the Young Bucks didn't want to leave. And then Omega leaves, and I'm like, wow. So now the story, this whole new angle, this new story, leading up to what's gonna happen next, is has a new twist now, has a new direction, and we gotta see where it leads to now. But I'm excited though. Hey, ASP still got what we got here. The Hangman is still a babyface, which is good. Chris Jericho has got a promo about Orange Cassidy, how he makes stars. He could break stars. Something like that. And he's got basically saying he's gonna beat Orange Cassidy. He's gonna make him submit. He's gonna throw him into the Minosa, which is the mixed with orange juice and a little bit of bubbly for this Minosa match. The Minosa Mayhem match, which I'm gonna get to right now. So we get to the Minosa Mayhem match, where the winner of this match has to win by pinfall, submission, or fully throw your opponent into the Minosa pool, which lasts 15 minutes and 15 seconds. Orange Cassidy versus Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho came out, and the crowd they came back to life by singing "Judas in My Mind." But after that, basically, folks, not just because the show went long, not just because it was hot, 97 degrees, but also after what happened with Matt Hardy, the mood changed, and people were turned off of it. People were felt uncomfortable. They were not feeling the same. They're not feeling the vibes anymore of the show. Until Jericho came out with this theme song, you by Fozzy, Judas. But yeah, trying to remember what I was gonna say after this. Besides the match, though, I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, so the Minosa, they basically had two different sides, and Aubrey Edwards was referee. Two different sides of the pool. Basically, that's basically what it was, a pool. A pool. And it wasn't a tank. It was just a pool, a round pool, like some sort of a hot tub. But yeah, but a pool of Minosa. And the match began. Jericho and me went for a code breaker because Orange Cassidy went for the orange punch, and Jericho and me went for the code breaker. And match start from there. And went back and forth in a way. Jericho was also dominating the match, but also back and forth because Orange Cassidy was showing some fight. And this match was good. It was good. It was better than the second match. Now, was it better than the first match? That's for a later debate. But this match was good because obviously there's some hardcore stuff here. There was some table there, like a small square table, or look like a stool, look like a stool or whatever, with I think some kind of a tablecloth in a way, with a bucket of ice and glasses and everything, and it was pretty cool. They used it as a weapon, and Orange Cassidy at one point went through it, by Jericho. And, it was just a match I never thought that I would enjoy watching. With Jericho, being creative for these type of matches, he's the best. He's the best. He's the GOAT. So I want to see more of this match in the future, not just with Jericho or Orange Cassidy, but more of this match for anyone else to do this. Not just with Jericho and Orange Cassidy. This Minosa Mayhem match should be doing. They should do a lot more of this because I enjoyed this matchup. I enjoyed this matchup pretty good. So the end of the match, Orange Cassidy went for 2 orange punches to Jericho, who was on the top rope from the outside. One didn't do it, but he did another one by taking off his elbow pad, and then boom, the orange punch, and then Jericho was forced into the Minosa, and that was the end of the match. Orange Cassidy wins. Now I said before, 2 things could happen. Chris Jericho wins by making Orange Cassidy submit or pin him, and then Jericho in the end is going to be thrown into the Minosa, or Orange Cassidy wins by having Chris Jericho be thrown in to the Minosa, which he did. Or in the way, knocking him into the Minosa. So yeah, there you go. Orange Cassidy, he's the main man. Freshly squeezed. The baddest man on the planet. Now, even though after what happened with Matt Hardy, folks, with everything that happened, with Matt Hardy after the aftermath, I'll try to enjoy the show here. I still felt that vibe that I felt like I was feeling. I was feeling right after that. But they hear reports and up to Matt Hardy was okay. That's an important thing too. Always. So I was trying to get back to enjoying this match, and get back to enjoying the show, and I did. On the high match to do it, but back when Owen Hart died, on Over the Edge, it was hard for me to do that. It was hard for me to get invested. Since we have with Jerry Lawler when we had that heart attack on Raw, I was feeling it, for many reasons too. But with this one, I was getting some updates of it. When Matt Hardy being okay, I'm like, thank God. So in the way, I did enjoy the show, throughout it, but I still had a bad taste in my mouth after having the Matt Hardy. One more, folks. Main event time. The main event will feature for the AEW World Championship with John Moxley's paradigm shift being banned. Match lasted 23 minutes and 40 seconds with the World Champion himself, John Moxley versus MJF, the challenger, with Wardlow in his corner. And John Moxley came out there to do his entrance, folks. I don't know if you want to pick this up or call it. A fan trying to go after John Moxley. I don't know, maybe for a hug or a handshake or maybe just to attack him, whatever. But thank God, luckily, the security was there right on time, right in the nick of time, right on cue to stop that fan. And Moxie, he knows it, and Moxie was walking towards that fan to see what's up with the fan, what's that fan's deal. But yeah, so yeah, folks. In that situation, thank God there was a security there. But I just wish there was some paramedics backstage with after what happened with Matt Hardy. So yeah. But anyways, so the match itself. So and here's the thing. I could have said a lot more about this match too, during my preview of it. But I'll get to it when I get to it. So the match itself between Moxley and MJF was good. It was a very good match. It was right up there with the Hangman and the Page, Kenny Omega versus FTR, and Hikaru Shida versus Thunder Rosa. It was right up there too, because championship matches, it was right up there in up that alley. So MJF was wrestling at one point. Moxley. Moxley ends up getting better of MJF. Though they start fighting outside the ring a little bit. One point MJF ends up bleeding in the match. Moxley ends up bleeding too in a way, but not like how MJF was bleeding. MJF ends up spinning in the face of Moxley. Moxley wasn't happy about that. Struggling for a partnership, and he's like, "Oh no, I can't. Referee saying, "No, you can't do that. You're gonna lose, and you'll lose the belt." So the match will continue, and there's a lot of kickouts on this match too, no. And then Moxley bites. I think he mentions too. Moxley was biting MJF on the cut open wound. Yeah, basically doing it like how MJF did to John Moxley back on the Go Home show of Dynamite. So Warlow, he got involved a little bit, but not to attack Moxley, just to put him back in the ring. I remember that. I remember seeing that one though. So then Warlow gets on the apron, and he tosses the ring to MJF, but but I guess he overshot it, whatever. So MJF, MJF ends up picking up the ring though, because I think he's trying to catch it, whatever. But I guess he overshot it, whatever. So MJF ends up picking up the ring and puts it on, the diamond ring, the AEW diamond ring, and all of a sudden Moxley sees MJF, and MJF sees Moxley, and while the referee has his back turned, because concentrated on Warlow, and Moxley's like, he gets in a parallel shift, like, oh, I didn't even think about that. That was clever. That was actually clever on John Moxley's part. So that was good book in there. How Moxley ends up getting away and using the parallel shift, and he won with no surprise, by the way. But at the same time, it would have been nice for MJF to win too. But yeah, I thought that was clever. I thought that was a clever finish for Moxley to retain. And then MJF and then Moxley did this. Basically he did Yano. That's doing Yano's thing. Doing this. Oh, oh, oh. So basically that was Moxley, because Moxley wrestled against Yano last year. And may not remember that. So good match. I meant to say good match, and people were excited, were finally excited and thrilled it was over, because after everything happened, a show went too long. The the venue inside at Daly's place was hot, 97 degrees, and after having Matt Hardy, they fans were turned off of the show because of that. Some of them stopped watching. Some of them just didn't feel the same after that. Yeah, so basically, some stopped watching the show and left. Some stopped watching the show and watched something else maybe. I'm talking from both sides. One watching at home and one watching in the arena. And one of them and some may have, may stick around and watch, but felt uncomfortable and felt a different vibe for the show because of what happened with Matt Hardy. But yeah, by the way, folks, Lance Archer and Jake Roberts in the crowd watching the match. I should mention that because Lance Archer won the Battle Royal, to get an opportunity against John Moxley. When's that gonna happen? I don't know. I'll tell you one thing: it's not gonna happen at Full Gear. Which, by the way, they promoted AEW Full Gear 2020, which I think is gonna be in November. Let me double check. Yeah, November 7th, 2020. Same place, by the way. Daly's place in Jacksonville, Florida. Unfortunately, because pandemic. We need that Vaseline already. I should mention too, by the way, folks. Alex Alex Marvez is the interviewer. Your referees, Ari Edwards, Bryce Remsen, Bryce Remsburg, meant to say, who's refereeing John Moxley's match. Mike Posey, referee Britt Baker and Big Swole's match. Paul Turner was there. I think he may have managed. I mean, he may have refereed the Young Bucks match, maybe. I can't remember. Rick Knox was there. Oh, I'm sorry. Rick Knox was refereeing the Young Bucks match. Paul Turner. Can't remember when actually that. Oh yeah, I think it was a women's match. I'm assuming. Yeah, that was probably Aubrey Edwards. Oh yeah, yeah. It was Aubrey Edwards. What match did Paul Turner referee? Oh yeah, the 8-man tag match. Unless it was also unless he also managed referee the test match too. I think he did too. I can't remember. But I think he did too. I could swear he also did too. Justin Roberts was the ring announcer. Alex Abrahamstis, Dasha Gonzalez, and Willie Urbina were the Spanish commentators. Just want to point that out. But yeah, but let's see how they're gonna build up Moxie versus Archer. Basically, John Moxie versus Lance Archer. Their feud continuing from New Japan now in AEW, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on the Dynamite show whenever they start building this up for the special Dynamite show between Moxie and Archer for the AEW World Title. And by the way, Renee Young, the wife of John Moxley, she was there in attendance to watch her husband beat MJF. So there you go. So before I get to my overall show folks, before I get to my overall show rating, which I'm going to show you this logo right now. So before I get to my overall show rating, I got to get to the highlights of the night. So here we go. Swerve of the night. Let's see, Swerve of the night. Oh yeah, Swerve of the night would have to be. Actually, I'm not gonna go with that one. What could be Swerve of the night? Well, Swerve of the night will have to be Kenny Omega not turning heel yet on Hangman and the Page, because it's not really a heel turn because he didn't attack he didn't attack the Hangman and the Page. It only counts as a heel turn if he attacks the Hangman. Yeah, so it's not, so I'm gonna go with that one as a Swerve of the night. Shock of the night, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Matt Sydal's debut. With him being in the match as the Joker, and not a legit Joker, which is what happened with him for that botch. I'm talking about with him being a surprise entrance of the Casino Battle Royale. Moment of the night will have to be FTR winning the AEW World Tag Team Championships. The top guys say yeah. Promo of the night. I'm gonna go with Chris Jericho because unless I can't remember who else cut a promo on the pay-per-view. So I'm gonna go Chris Jericho because he cut a promo backstage. No. Let me go with Dustin Rhodes. I'm gonna go with Dustin Rhodes because Dustin Rhodes' promo was very passionate and very pro wrestling like. So it was old school vibe that I got from that one. Excuse me. Video promo of the night. I'm gonna go with the AEW World Tag Team Championships because of the story behind it. Entrance of the night. Let's see. Entrance of the night. I'm gonna go with the Heyman and Page's entrance because of his new ring attire, by the way, which it was pretty cool. It was cowboy like, and it goes with his entire cowboy stick of cowboy shit. So I'm gonna go with the Heyman and Page as entrance of the night. Performance of the night. I'm gonna go with both Thunder Rosa and Hikaru Shida when it comes to the performances in the AEW Women's World Championship title match. Uh, so in fact, as a matter of fact, I got some better for that. For Thunder Rosa and Hikaru Shida. So for World Championship performance of the night, I'm gonna go with Thunder Rosa as performance of the night. Moving of the night, I'm gonna have to go with moving of the night. Well, unfortunately, well, actually, that's actually a finisher. But if I gotta go with moving of the night, I'm gonna go. This will be a shock. It's just actually be a shock to everyone. I'm gonna go with Britt Baker's DDT to Big Swole on top of the golf cart. For that tooth and nails match. Finish of the night, I'm gonna go with. Let's see. Finish of the night. Finish of the night. I'm gonna go with the Young Bucks BET Trigger to Jungle Boy from that tag team match that they had. Now we gotta get to brutal match. Not we're just the matches now. Brutal match of the night had to go to Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara, that Broken Rules match because how they handled that situation, which reckless, careless, unprofessional, stupid, horrendous, terrible, bad, and made the company look like bunch of buffoons and incompetent. So in a way, it's a brutal match of the night in the bad way. Fight Forever, forever, Fight Forever match of the night. There was none, unfortunately, folks, because there was no Carlos chanting "Fight Forever." So, and I think we would have had that if one the show wasn't that long, and based on how high it was, and because what happened with Matt Hardy, where it had people turn off their vibes, it basically left a bad taste in their mouth. So there was none, unfortunately. Show steal tonight. I'm gonna go with the AEW Women's World title match. And finally, match of the night. I'm gonna go with the AEW World Tag Team Championship. So, and my overall strength for the show for All Elite Wrestling's AEW All Out 2020, the show from September 5th, 2020. Now, like I said before, folks, back on the Sound Show with my live reactions, I give it a 10 out of 10. Based on what happened with Matt Hardy and how they handled that situation, 7 out of 10. It was still a good show. I still thought it was a great show. But based on how they handled Matt Hardy's incident, the Matt Hardy incident with him had that concussion, and maybe he had a fractured skull, internal bleeding. Who knows what he could have too. Based on all that happening, I had to take some points off. So 7 out of 10. Still good show. Still enjoyed the pay per view. I thought it was worth the pay for $50. But again, two matches didn't need to be there. It should have stayed on Dynamite. Based on how I said it. And they should have stopped the match of Matt Hardy getting hurt like on the way that happened. They should have stopped it. Don't care who made that call. Don't care if Matt Hardy wanted to continue. Dr. Sampson stopped there and says he can't continue. Listen to the doctor. Listen to the doctor next time, and learn from your mistakes. You need to be different from WWE. Don't let that happen to your talents. Like how WWE handled that situation what happened with Owen Hart. So there you go. That being said, thank you for watching. For It's Natural Born Thriller,
saying peace on the streets. So this was your AEW All Out results. Where this is All Elite Wrestling Review for September 5th, 2020. So again, if you're new here to my YouTube channel, Natural Born Thriller, please subscribe if you haven't yet. If you're if you enjoy this review, if you enjoy everything that I did here and I said here, hit the like button. If you didn't like what I got say here and you didn't enjoy this stream, whatever, you could dislike this video too. Don't matter to me. I just want to thank you all for the views. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for choosing me on this platform to watch me and to hear me and to hear me out. And there you go. Everything said, you all stay well, stay safe, take care of yourself that's going in the world. Wear your mask. God bless you all. Love one another. Live in peace and harmony. I am out here. Ta ta for now. I am all out.